Halloween was one for the record books in Appleton. Pete mentioned it was a snowy one, and it was the snowiest on record for Appleton for Halloween. A whopping 4.5 inches fell. Tyler shared a couple of photos with us. He says his kids were completely uninterested in trick-or-treating once he mentioned a snowman. You can see this creation used a painted pumpkin for the snowman head. Oh, I love that idea. And Pete has more on our weather, and I said it was the snowiest Halloween, but that's just for Appleton, set that record?
Just for Appleton, yeah, 4.5 inches. That set a record for Appleton. And here are some other totals, and they were impressive in some locations. Nina and Menasha, 3.5 to 4.3 inches, 2 inches in Shiocton, an inch in Shawano, and in the Green Bay area, almost an inch fell, but it didn't really stick like it did in places like Appleton and in the valley.
The snow brought with it dangerous driving conditions and created a scary commute. This was the scene on Highway 172 near Highway GV exit there in Bellevue around 1:30 this afternoon. A truck slid down an embankment, reducing traffic to one lane. It was similar scene in the Fox Valley, which saw even more snow. Fox 11's Lexi Schrader caught up with several drivers there to get their reaction.
Some might say the spookiest part of their Halloween was going to a haunted house or seeing a scary movie.
I went to sleep, there was no snow on the ground, woke up, Christmas.
But others, like Isaiah Sanchez, says the morning commute was by far the most frightening.
On the way here, actually, I was trying to stop and the car just keeps sliding. I ended up having to go through a red light just to not be in the middle of the intersection.
As of Tuesday morning, there have been 52 crashes in Outagamie County, with 2 containing minor injuries. But the Sheriff's Department tells Fox 11 that they expect that number to go up by the end of the day due to road conditions.
I was actually just talking about it with the people inside, some of the workers, and they said, yeah, we don't normally get hit this early.
Sanchez moved to Wisconsin from Virginia 3 years ago.
Trying to get used to it, you know, the truck helps a little, but still can be a little bit difficult sliding around.
It's been an experience. Driving out here to work in the snow was very interesting.
But for Cassandra Russo, this is her first time dealing with snow. She moved from California to Wisconsin in August.
Roads are very slippery, but it was entertaining, you know, keep your distance and stuff like that. It's a learning experience. It's going to be a learning curve, but I've had a great time so far.
Russo says despite the longer commute time to work, she's excited for her first Wisconsin winter, even if she got to experience some of it on Halloween.
If I had the, say so, I'd be out canvassing right now in the snow, but everyone else is like, oh, we don't like the snow, and I'm like, no, I love it so far.
In Grand Chute, Lexi Schrader, Fox 11 News.
The chilly weather and the snowfall in Appleton today couldn't deter trick-or-treaters from getting outside, even though some had to bundle up a little bit more than they would have liked. Fox 11's Brady Meyer spoke with kids and their parents and shows us how they made the most of the annual tradition.
Walking through some of Appleton's neighborhoods Tuesday afternoon, you'd have no idea that record Halloween snow totals had come through just hours earlier.
Happy Halloween!
Add to that wind chills in the 20s, and it might seem like less than ideal conditions, but that's not how many saw it.
I love trick-or-treating, and I love snow because winter's coming.
Instead, kids like Sky Amador just had to put on some extra layers to stay warm, even if it meant her entire costume wouldn't be visible.
I had a scarf because, I'm wearing that strap because I'm wearing an Elsa costume.
For Sky's older sister, Rihanna, there was never a question of whether it was worth it.
I went trick-or-treating as a kid, she will, have fun. She'll remember it for the rest of her life, pretty much, so I want to make that experience for them, too.
For many families, Halloween means more than just getting free candy.
It's kind of a tradition. We usually always dress up as a family, and this year we just decided, like a month ago, to be Christmas characters, and then the snow today was perfect.
That includes the Tyson family. Every year, Lisa and Jeremy and their kids Emily and Will go trick-or-treating, and the weather wasn't going to stop that from continuing.
We're starting early in case it gets colder, as it probably will. Just wearing lots of layers underneath all of our clothes and costumes.
They, like many others, simply had to adjust accordingly.
I'm a witch.
But you gotta keep the jacket on to stay warm, right?
Yeah.
But you're still able to come out and, show off your costume even though you have that on top of it?
Yeah.
Like friends Eleanor and Lila, although they chose to only think about the more fun parts of Halloween.
I like candy, and I like having a costume.
In Appleton, Brady Meyer, Fox 11 News.
Our viewers are sharing what their ghouls and goblins are going for this Halloween. This year, the Malzahn family transformed into the Addams family. Check it out there. Tyler's son, on the other hand, couldn't care less about getting dressed up and going trick-or-treating. He was more interested in building a snowman.